Lindsay Alicio here from Beauty Affair, and I have a plethora of ladies around me from the beauty industry. I'd like you all to introduce yourselves. Stephanie, why don't you start?
Hi, I'm Stephanie from Beauty Unveiled, permanent makeup in Massapequa.
I'm Jackie, owner of Rejuv Aesthetics and Wellness in Hop Pod.
And I'm Gabriella. I'm the Evolus sales representative on Long Island East.
And Amanda Dobry, and I'm the owner of Amanda Rose Cosmetics. And I do makeup.
And she does makeup.
And I am the model.
Yes, she's the face. She is the model. So yeah, that brings us to why we're here, right? I got a call from this beautiful lady next to me, and she's like, we're doing this really great collaboration. We've got Jackie at Rejuv doing some facial balancing with all, look at this, with all of this beautiful product. And then we have Stephanie doing some lip blushing, and we're going to just do a little rejuvenation. Now, all right, we're gonna dig in a little bit. How old are you? Do you mind telling us? I know you're not supposed to ask.
My grandmother always said you never ask.
Give me, how about a
lady
range?
her age.
Let's do a range.
I'll tell you. I am going to be 39 in a few days.
Okay. And I mean, you're out there on your feet, working, stressed out. There's a lot going on that contributes to any type of, aging, right? All that stuff contributes.
3
Jackie?
kids, a husband,
Pretty much everything.
Yeah.
The family, owning a house, owning a business.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
So what brought you to, what were you seeing in your face that brought you to start this project? Or who did start the project? Did you start the project?
So Jackie actually started the project because she went ahead and did an article of full facial balancing on a model, and she said, I would love to use Evolus because Evolus was the first injectable HS gel that was launched in the last year. There hasn't been any new advancement in 10 years. So Jackie's like, I want to use Evolus. I want to work on facial balancing and restore her volume. And she went ahead and did it and posted it in the magazine. And I said, well, I would love to see that live.
Yeah.
You work with this product every day, but I would like to see it actually come to life. And then I came across
Amanda.
who saw it in the magazine, and that's kind of sort of how it started.
Okay. And then you got Stephanie involved.
And then, so the thing is this, Stephanie helped me. So I realized as you're getting older, not only is your face changing, but also features such as lip color, the color on your brows. I noticed that I was losing color. So I went
Which
ahead.
makes you look older,
It
right?
does.
It does.
And I had very little lip color to begin with, and I had a terrible border. I had some scarring. So I had that done with Stephanie, and I love the results, which then led me to be able to do lip filler, which I hadn't done before because I felt very insecure about that.
Well, your lips look fabulous. All right, so let's start with the process. Where did we start? What was the first treatment?
Okay, so Amanda came in to me, right? I had not seen her. Actually didn't get a chance to preview her, but when she walked in, I just saw a beautiful woman. I was like, she's very attractive. So she had all the, the qualities that, when you look at somebody, it says beauty. The only thing that I did notice about her was that she just looked a little tired, maybe a little drawn. She does have a full-time career. She's got the 3 kids. So balancing life, leads to just I guess looking aged when you're not, when you feel good on the inside, but you just don't look it on the outside. Yeah. And granted, she came in with no makeup, so she was in the raw. So I saw, everything.
This is all I know.
About.
I don't know anything different.
Like I said, she's a beautiful, attractive woman, and I was like, okay, yeah, she just needs a little,
a pick-me-up.
A little pick-me-up. And that's really what we worked on.
And that's what really facial balancing is, right? It's a
and
pick-me-up. It's not changing what you look like.
It's actually, you're trying to keep the features, but just enhancing, the features that she had. And for her, I felt like there was a little volume loss involved. I think that you mentioned that you had some weight loss. So that does trigger,
How much weight loss?
About 40 pounds.
That makes a big difference.
That's a huge difference.
Yeah.
So,
the skin has been stretched out, and now it's lost a little bit of elasticity, and now you got a little bit of that going on.
Right. So
like
premature aging when it comes to like a rapid weight loss like that. And like our protocol here at Rejuv is for every 15 pounds, we're looking at your face. Like, where are you starting to drop? So 40 pounds and not doing anything, like, there's a lot of lifting that needed to be done, but it was possible with this product. So
Yeah. And it's a
that
good
was the
thing
beauty of
she
it.
did start, in her 30s, right?
Yes, because she
if
still
she
had
waited,
good
it would have been,
stores.
there would have been a lot more fixing to do.
I would have said
And-
you need to cut, and I can't cut. So.
I know. Well, here's the question. Well, yeah, that's the thing. That's the question. If a lot of people are losing weight, right, with GPL1s.
It's huge right now, yeah.
If you're in your 30s and you're losing the weight, I mean, I guess you could say for any age, but really for the 30s is the most important, and you don't replace that volume and you don't keep up with it, can you fix it later in life, or are you done for?
No, you're definitely not done for, but it takes longer, so even, somebody that's in their 40s still has the potential to regain some of that collagen, but it's the rapid weight loss that's the problem. It's not the weight loss itself, it's that quick, rapid weight loss, because your body doesn't have time to make up for it. So
Exactly.
it takes what it can,
Right.
and it robs you everywhere. The fat pads, the muscle, and that's a huge thing too. We're losing muscle when we're on these
So
shots.
we're gonna get back to like why the filler and how the filler and all those things, but I wanna touch on the gorgeous color of her lips. I know we talked about this a little bit earlier, but
Yeah.
talk about the color of the lips and how it ages you and how you came up with her custom color. That was really
Right.
interesting.
Okay, all right. So basically, as we age, unfortunately, we do start losing not only color in our lips, but also definition, okay? So majority of the women that come into me, whether they've had lip filler, right? Because even lip filler over time, the volume that gets injected into the lip can stretch out and make the color look a lot more lighter than what it really is as well. So whether it's lip filler or aging, when there is color loss, you lose the definition and gives the illusion of also, when you're putting color back in, that it makes more volume or make them appear a little bit bigger.
So it does give them the lips that voluminous look, voluminous.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I like to make up words. But it does give you that look, right? I mean, we're not making that up.
What ends up happening is when you start to lose color in your lips, the color shrinks to the center of the lip. So by adding color back to like the vermilion border on both top and bottom, it gives the illusion that it is bigger when they're not. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like
Oh,
you
that
can't
makes sense.
technically tattoo outside of the lip line because the skin is different. So it'll take pigment really
But you hit
differently.
that border as close as you can
As
to give
close
it all
as
of
you
that
can.
boom.
To bring the definition, bring more balance back to the lips, create a little
Okay.
bit more of a youthful appearance.
I mean, this is just lip gloss.
This is
just
lip gloss.
And this is
This
only
is the
one
one
round.
time.
We haven't
One
gone back
round
for the second
session.
round
Yeah.
yet.
Correct.
When does that
correct.
happen?
Actually, she's
The
coming
beginning
in
of
about like
February.
beginning of February or so.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's typically anywhere between 8 to 10 weeks after the initial.
So by the time you see this, we're going to have a before and after. That's actually
Yeah.
to the end, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So now after she does the lip blushing, or the lip blushing is last, when do we?
The lip blushing was last, I believe.
Okay,
we
so
did
that's
the color
after
and
the
the
lips
lips.
are
Yes.
done. And are we using smooth for the lips?
So it's all off label. So Jackie chose to
Okay.
use smooth on the lips, correct?
Okay.
I actually,
Did you use Form?
I think I used a combination. I actually used Form. I think I did her borders first with a little bit of Form. I may have applied a little bit of Smooth too, just to feel out the product. So
Very
she does have a
artistic.
combination in there, but I think for her lips, I preferred the shape and the feel of the Form. Yeah, I loved it actually on her.
It's gorgeous. I mean, I wouldn't think that she had any filler. Like it's very
she
natural.
wanted a natural look, so.
But it is. I mean, but they're there, but it looks natural. You
Yeah,
know.
that's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah. All right. So, and then of course you finished it off with the makeup. Yeah. So, okay. So let's talk about exactly what you did. There's multiple treatments going on.
Multiple treatments.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's go through
So-
the treatments.
It was not a one and done. So she came in. I just made sure because she does live far, so I wanted to make sure she was available for follow-ups and if anything happened in between. I wanted to make sure that she was able to come see me. And with that being said, she was she agreed to the commitment. So when we do facial balancing, me personally, I start laterally. So I start where we're falling. Usually it's from back here. So if you start here, you end up putting more product in the center, so the face can look unnatural. So I always start back here, laterally, where we're dropping. So
Because
with
you
her,
can see the results right then and
you
there.
can, and you also go back to where you were prior to weight loss, prior to, the last decade. So I noticed a little temple. I think we did your temples
We
first,
did the
right?
temple. Yeah, we did
or
the
like
temples.
one of the first
Yeah,
areas that we
cheeks.
filled.
Yeah.
So we did her temples, and that just lifted and, brought her cheeks up a little bit. And then we did a little bit of cheek pop. And really just to kind of, you as a makeup artist would know, like just for the highlight, when you're adding your makeup, it just gives you that pop when you're putting your makeup on. So we did a little bit of that. She didn't need much. It was just like, a little boost that she needed.
That little bit, right?
Yeah. And then I think we went in with your nasolabials, I believe, right? Just because of that. So the nasolabial folds are the lines around the mouth. So we filled those in a little bit just to reduce any shadows. So when her makeup goes on, it just looks flawless. And the chin, which she did not want to do. No? She did not want to do the chin.
And I was like, you really want to do that to me right now?
But you have to, right?
She's like, I really want to do it. I really want to do it. I was like, all right, fine.
What was tell me the thought process there with not wanting to do it?
I mean, I don't know. I just never actually really looked at my chin like that. I never really
why
noticed.
do I need a bigger chin?
Well, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to look like with a bigger chin. She's like, Amanda, just trust me. It will go even with the lip. And that was like her biggest thing, like, because it needs to go in the same rhythm with the lip, of the bottom lip. So I was like, all right, fine. And every time, like, she would do something, I was looking in the mirror. I was like, wow. Like, I couldn't even believe it. I was like, wow, I can't get over how just, it was like the natural pick me up that I needed, but it was a quick fix. Like, I was like, wow. And so when she did the chin, I was like, okay, now I understand why you wanted me to do the chin.
Yeah, that's part of the balancing, right?
It is part of the balancing, right? Because we added the height in the cheek, so the chin needed to, connect to that. What I have to say is the beauty of this product, the Evolus form, is that a little bit went a long way. And I was actually really shocked. I had, 3 or 4 syringes to play with. I don't even think we maxed out. No. So I was really impressed with how we were able to get actual lift from the product, which I was not expecting. So I was very pleased with how much we used. So we used
once
a lot
I saw
less.
that smile on her face, I was like, she likes it. I'm like, she likes it.
All right. Very good. So why Evolus? Why Evolus? Why this product?
So Evolus is a performance beauty company, and I feel that a lot of people maybe don't understand what that means, but performance beauty is basically making injectables such as toxins and fillers accessible in your everyday life. So when you look at the aesthetic space, it's a very competitive market. It's also a market that is growing every single year. So when you choose Evolus, you're choosing a company that understands the space, that also allows for partnership and, this kind of collaboration. So with our company, you might have seen last year as well that we partnered with Allure Beauty Box, because we want to make sure that every patient that has a touch point with any of our providers realizes that beauty is more than just filler and tox. It really is, getting that makeup feel, getting the lip blushing, getting to meet your injector. It's all connected. And that's what I really think about Evolus, is that it's really beauty that has been made accessible for you.
Yes, I love that. Yeah. And you're doing a lot of this product, aren't you?
I have to say, I'm very happy with this company. Prior to even meeting Gabriella, I was using Evolus, because I was using their Rejuv, which is their toxin. And as a new injector, they were very instrumental in getting me trained. I had many training sessions, like one-on-one, because I had that support with them, and I never got that from any other brand. So I'm very loyal to this brand because of the support, and they pretty much helped me get to where I am. So they root for the little guy. I'm the little guy. I started in an 8x10 room in the salon next door, and my rep at the time, she came in and she helped build me up. Her and a couple of other reps that I was talking to at the time, but it was Evolus that really was the foundation of where I started.
That's beautiful.
A lot of the anatomy courses and all that. So I have a great foundation. So I feel comfortable injecting the face because I have that foundation.
Because of the foundation. Yeah. Well, we love that. I want to come back and ask about the lips.
Yeah.
How long, so she does 2 sessions, how many weeks apart?
They have to be between 8 to 10 or even 12, the latest, apart.
Okay, and then, and how long does it last?
It can last anywhere between 3 to 5 years. It really depends on the individual, their skin, their lifestyle, and more importantly, the skincare products that they use. Certain skincare products, unfortunately, if it has chemicals in it, anything with like retinol, vitamin C,
So the
acids,
actives can actually start pulling the pigment out.
it actually can either discolor it or make it.
So
fade
what
a
do we
lot
do?
sooner.
What if we're using actives and we
Yeah.
have our lips blushed?
I
How
tell
do
my
we?
clients to just
keep it away from your lips?
Yeah, The biggest thing is, and this is what I tell my clients, especially because I do brows as well, and everyone has like a nighttime routine. So you put on that product, you go to bed, the tossing and turning, it can migrate down, and they're single molecule ingredients, so they migrate very easily. So I just tell my clients, I'm like, just do your routine in the morning. It'll help to prevent, it from like getting into the area, and just always avoid putting it actually, technically those products you're using anyway, like here.
Yeah.
So you want to just keep it away from the
Keep it away
actual
from the lip.
lip blush area.
And I must say, that's not hard to do. Like, I have such beautiful results, and I just don't put my vitamin C or retinol just around my mouth.
Right. Yeah.
When I first got it done, she's like, whatever you do, don't let the shower, when you're in the shower, let the water hit your lips, because that can also
Flush out pigment.
Yeah,
If it runs
and I was
continuously,
that fascinated me too, because
Yeah.
I was like, all right. So every time I was in the shower, I was like backing up. It's like no one go near me. I was like, don't go near me. I was like, don't even go near my face.
So
For how long?
It's only while it's healing.
Oh, okay.
Typically, like
Okay.
the first 5 days or so. Yeah, you just don't want to continuously saturate the lip area. Yes.
So on the same note, how long after you do a facial balancing do you suggest that you come in for a touch-up?
Well, I always let the product settle first. It could take a week or two, because there may be some bruising, some swelling, which I believe you did have a little bit of swelling.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't think you bruised much,
No,
did you? Right?
no,
So
a
that
little bit
was-
on the cheeks,
Yeah.
but that's like a focus area that we
Yeah.
did, so that's why.
I think she did call me and say, I think one side's a little off, and then she called me again. She's like, actually, no, it settled fine.
I'm notorious
So
for that.
that can happen. So I always say wait the 2 weeks, because everything has to kind of. And I get the phone calls all the time. There's a lump on here. What do I do? I just leave it alone. Just don't touch. Let it settle.
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing.
And
so
the same
about
thing
2
can
weeks.
happen with lip blush. And you were just saying you're going through that currently as we speak, right?
blooming
Like the blooming
stage.
phase of
Yeah.
lip
Yeah.
blush. It's like at first it goes from like very vibrant and bold to then being very light, and almost as if sometimes it looks like it wasn't even done. And people are
interesting.
calling and texting you like,
What happened?
panicking. Like, it looks like I've lost it. And I'm like, give it the 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it'll come back,
I have to say, I was very impressed with myself, because I didn't do that to her. I just thought,
You were like, I'm gonna trust
I
the
was
process.
literally
Trust the
like, I was like,
process.
don't call Amanda, because she did say it's gonna change every day. I was like, okay.
So if Amanda okays it, we're gonna pop in a picture right here
Oh.
of what Amanda looked like right when she
Before
walked
and
out.
after.
Of the lip blushing.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But you know what it is? I mean, even when you're doing a full face of balancing, you go home that night or the next morning, I don't care how many times you've done it, every time you go, what did I do? Every
there's
time.
that feeling of regret. Like,
Yeah.
why?
And then it heals and you're like, oh, that's why I did it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's nice to wake up every day and I don't have to put on like lipstick, because as a makeup artist, you want to have the full face, you want to do the lip. And it's nice though, because I could just go on with like a clear gloss or nothing at all and just go outside and be fine. I don't even go to the bus stop without makeup. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I need to have something. So it's nice to know that I could go outside with a new,
Like, you feel a little more put
a new
together.
lip, a new face balance, and just walk out and just be fine. So, but the
That's great.
lip gloss though on top also makes a difference, because it gives it that shine. So it's nice.
Right, because without the lip gloss, then the lip blush just looks almost like a matted color, right? So then you put the gloss on for the shine, and then.
But it's so nice because like the color is changing every day almost. So it's like, oh, I'm a little light today, or I want to go a little plum today. So it's really cool to see the process though.
Okay.
And to go back, and I apologize, I know you've asked before in regards of how I chose the color.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So basically, when Amanda came in, first thing I always do is a quick consultation with everybody just to get an idea of what they're looking for, because lip blush, it really is customizable to each individual. So, some people come in and they have a favorite color that they wear every day, and they just want me to mimic that. So I can customize a color to mimic that color so that they don't have to wear it anymore. Okay. Then there's other people who come in that have lost color in their lips over time, whether it's due to filler or aging, and they just want the most natural enhancement. And so the way that I'm able to do that is they're underneath the bright lights. I'm able to identify what their natural lip hue is, which is in the bottom inner part of the lip, pull it up on my pigment chart, and just kind of identify what their natural lip hue is on the pigments, and then just use dilution to dilute it, depending on if they want it to be more of like a lip tint, which is sheer, or more of a more of a lipstick look, where it's like the opacity is a little bit more solid, you know. So she wanted to do like more of a tint sheer. You know, most people come in and they're really nervous.
Right? I was like, also, I was like, I want Gabby's lips.
Yeah, and she did.
And all you have on is a liner. Correct?
Yeah, I have a little liner. So I have scar. Like I have scar tissue on my lips. So when Stephanie did it, I told her, I'm like, I like that mauve kind of look.
Like a deep color.
Yeah. And I said, I also want something that doesn't look weird when I don't have a lip gloss on top. So that if I don't wear makeup, I still look, you know.
You can look natural. Yeah, not strange, like a gym with like a bold color. Yeah, I get it.
So that was important for me. And for me, it was really, you really worked on my border, because that's where I had the scarring. And it's so even, you can't even, like, you wouldn't even know
I
that
have
that.
and I'm right next to you. I don't see
and
anything.
like now I just have very little liner just to like really accentuate my cupid's bow, and then just the like, you know,
beautiful.
Yeah,
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody looks gorgeous tonight. Now, do you have blushing?
No.
Because you're like, nobody else is going to do it as good as I can do it on myself. Right?
Maybe after baby, then I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, is that announced publicly yet?
Oh, it is.
Okay. You heard it break the news?
I'm listening to what you were saying before, and in my head, I'm like, oh, mommy makeover when this is all
yes.
done.
Yes,
Like, I gotta
You
come
have
out.
to. You have to do the mommy makeover when you're done.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there's one thing I do want to, you know, lift, and it's really that this is a product that you feel to correction, and why that's important. So most of the, you know, hyaluronic acid gels on the market, you either have to, you know, overcorrect, that you correct, right? And you have to like, or undercorrect, that they can have a little bit more of swelling. This product is it has less swelling than most of the injectable
Yeah, I
gels.
definitely noticed less swelling. I mean, because I've had it injected in my face as well. So I didn't experience your process, but you told me you didn't really swell too much, but you just had a little bit of unevenness, right? At first. And then, so it might have just been
And then it
a
evened out.
bruise that she may have had. I don't think it was the product per se, but I do feel that the product just doesn't absorb as much water. So what you see is kind of what you get, which is interesting.
And it's easy to move, right? Like,
Yes,
it was
it's easy to blend and
Yeah.
mold. Yeah.
which is really
It's
nice
very,
too,
very-
because
very
then
great to play with.
instead of someone just after getting filled, they're
And you're getting-
shoving their hands in your face. It was nice because like it's just like that, right? It was
Yeah,
that
it's
easy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Massage. So that was nice too.
Well, I can't. And wait, did you do under her eyes?
Yes.
So that was the follow-up, right? Which I'm very, very specific about who I,
The under eye, yes.
under eyes.
Be very
I
careful
wasn't
with that.
sure of the product. I really wasn't. I told Gabriella, so I was like, I don't know. So I took my chances. I did do a little hyper diluting just to, kind of make it a little bit softer, just to make sure. And it just went in so smoothly. I was so that was the
I'm telling you,
that was the final.
That was the one thing she said to me right before I left the first time. She's like, "Do you want me to do her under her eyes?" I was like, "Well, no. We could see, where it goes." She's like, "Oh, I really think I want to do it." She's like, well, I said, "Okay, no problem." I said, "She's like, all right, when you come in for your 2 weeks, we'll take a look." So then I came in my 2 weeks and that was
She was like,
I'm doing it.
I'm
I was
doing
like, "Go for it." And here I am. I'm like thinking to myself, "All right. Is this gonna hurt?" I was like, "No, just go for it, just go for it." And she did it, and
I'm so
honestly, I didn't
glad
even
you
feel
did.
anything. And she literally, when she was done doing it, she's like, "I feel so much better now, thank you." Like,
But I feel like
Yeah.
it was
It
complete,
makes a
right?
difference.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
honestly,
look, like under the
yeah.
eye is smooth. She has that little pop at the top of the cheek, and then the hollows are filled. I mean, done.
right.
Gorgeous.
I know, I'm
Yeah.
10 years
Yeah,
younger.
gorgeous.
You're 21 again.
I'm 21. I love it though.
All right. Well, thank you for having us here at Rejuv
you.
and Hot
It's
Box.
amazing. Yes,
Thank you for getting this together. Thank you for being the test dummy.
Of course. Of course.
And thank you for joining us for some lip blushing.
Thanks for
Every
having
shot.
us.
This is
Wonderful.
amazing.
Love it.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys soon.
Yes.